we just had the Channels Kids Cup. That will be coming up right here in May. This is season 7 of the competition, and that is why we expect every primary school in Lagos, because we start with the Lagos State preliminaries first and foremost before we go national. So we expect you, like you are seeing the 2015 Channels Kids Cup Season 7. It is free. The forms are free. You come to Channels Television here to pick your forms, or you go to Lagos State, LAFA, that's Lagos State Football Association, at Onikon Stadium. They have their offices there. It is not an individual thing. It's not a club thing. Your schools have to go over there and get your forms. Forms will be closing on the 9th, which means by the upper Monday, the forms have closed. That is, collect your form, fill your form, and return. A lot of the schools, you've been part of this before. For the past 7 years, you've been part of it. So we expect you that, yes, this season 7, you will be part of it again. We are not extending it by a single day, because certain events will take the time for this season. So we don't have the luxury of time that we had in season 1 to season 6. This match is a busy match. Pick your form, get your schools to go over there, get it, fill the form. Under 13, if you know your words, whatever in primary school, they are above the age of 13, you should not be part of the Kids Cup. We'll let you know when the screening will be done, and then also when we shall do the draws for Lagos State, before we go national. But that is the Kids Cup. Today we're talking, right now, we're talking Palava. We're looking at sport issues and solutions. And today we're looking at Qatar, the Christmas World Cup in Qatar. That is how it has been tagged, Winter World Cup. Is it a mark of genius by Sepp Blatter and the team? Or is it absolute madness? I'm sorry, but what is it? Because chaos, people are saying chaos everywhere. Others are saying, yes, innovation. You must adapt to changes. Changes is what makes the world go round. That, whatever, how did I say it? And there is this cliche that the only thing permanent in the world is change. So I have my gladiators in the house, and we are going to look at it. Qatar 2022. Should we welcome it? Is it a welcome? Is it a positive development? Or like Bula said, Bula just skeptical about whatever Sepp Blatter does. So I'm starting with a guy who, definitely we start with the positive. We start with the right thing. And that is why Julian Ajunwa, he's been back. It's been a very, very long time, but he's back. Welcome back, Julian.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ken. It's always a pleasure being on the program.
Yes, and then you think this is wonderful for football?
Absolutely. Just like you said in your intro, you said the only thing permanent in life is change. And one thing I've learned over the years is the fact that football evolves. Any way you want to look at it, at some point, the World Cup was 24 teams. Now it's 32 teams. Now, Figo is now saying that if he becomes FIFA president, he wants to extend it as well. So I believe football, we should see a lot of innovation. Everything, we should see a lot of changes. And that's what this World Cup is going to bring to us. One thing I like that FIFA has done is taking the World Cup to different continents. It has gone to Asia. It has gone to South America. It has even come to Africa. And right now is the time for Asia and the Middle East to enjoy it. And that's why Qatar 22 is here to stay. And what they're coming out to say here is simple. Yes, we know the World Cup takes place from June 5 to July 5, in the summer. But right now, due to the weather conditions, because any way you look at it, the players are the key actors. They are the one that make things happen. They're the one that bring the likes of, all these razzmatazz, all the panache and everything you want to see in football. These guys cannot cope under, hot weather conditions. Even in Brazil, we had to see water breaks here and there. I remember in the round of 16 game between Netherlands and Mexico, we had to see water breaks. Let alone bringing a World Cup to a country that is known for heat, excessive heat, at that. And I believe taking the World Cup from summer, which is how it used to be over the years, taking it to winter, November, December period, I believe is the right way to go. November, December, that's when it's going to be taking place. And just like we've seen from the Nations Cup and the Asian Cup that just took place last month, the leagues were still going on. So I believe that's just the way it should be. Let the World Cup hold from November to December. And I believe FIFA are towing the right land. And Qatar World Cup 2022 is here to stay. And I believe that World Cup should go on.
Theophilus Agbola. you had Julian. But he said the only problem that is changed. He said the World Cup has gone to various continents.
Yes, it has.
The World Cup went to Chile. The height, you can remember, I think we could have gotten that. Above sea level.
Yeah.
People gasped for air in Chile.
Yes.
And Chile hosted in 62. People didn't die. Now he went to South Africa. We remember also the humidity and also the conditions there. So why the problem with Qatar?
Good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon. It's nice to be on the program again. It's like this. When Qatar bidded to host the World Cup, they stated in their bid that they were going to host it in the summer. They stated in their bid that they were going to do 12 stadiums. Along the way, they came out and discovered that after they had won the bid, it's only going to be possible. They said they were going to have to host it in the winter because of the temperature and whatever. Didn't they know that in the first instance? The stadium and all, they said at the cost and all, you have to cut down to 8 stadiums. I mean, for Christ's sake, you don't just move things. You say change is constant, change is permanent, whatever you call change. I mean, before actually started. The question I'll ask is, at what cost are you effecting this change? Look at in the EPL, for instance. Between November and December of 2014, they played 100 league matches. What happened in 2022? They just signed a mega deal of $8 billion. I think that's the biggest for television right. What happened during that period? Let's also forget that America, that's North America, United States and Canada, where they're trying to introduce football, trying to make football a dominant sport. If you want to play the World Cup during the winter period, it faces steep challenge from the NFL, NBA basketball, and college basketball. What happened?
Who are the characters in football? Who are the characters?
Now, I'm going to come to that.
Let me start with that. Hold on, now wait.
Let's not.
Are you the characters?
Calm down.
Okay. The characters are the footballers.
About characters being footballers. Don't forget that the World Cup will also host foreigners from around the world because it's supposed to bring people together. Different people from different continents, from different. I mean, for Christ's sake, it won't work.
This last World Cup we saw last year was from June 5th to July 5th. Now, the date for 2022 World Cup, yes, it's still tentative because the FIFA is